Shele Sondheim, who's the CEO of CSM Words and Music, a songwriter, a producer of music, and a long-time friend of Boomtown Peace and Love, I believe. He's worked with an amazing amount of people. Phil Collins, Natalie Cole, Little Richard, Wayne Newton, Morris White from Earth, Wind and Fire, and also last year, I believe, worked with Charlie Sexton, who is Bob Dylan's guitarist. So coming back to that thing of the revolution of musical instruments, the introduction of the electric guitar. Mate, you've got an outstanding CV, but tell us why you're here at Peace and Love.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sitting on a very distinguished panel, so I feel pleased about that. Our friend Robert came from New York. There's Randy. There's all kinds of people in here that have tremendous ideas, and I feel honored and privileged to be able to share some of mine about the music industry and what's going on here, specifically in Borlänge, with Boomtown, Kai, the founder, and Asa, the founder of this Trigger event. But yes, fundamentally, I'm a songwriter, music producer, music business entrepreneur. One of the cool projects that's going on right now is with Phil Collins. Phil has his eyes and talents around a young girl named Lika. Phil, Brian Adams, and Laura Fabian. And I got very fortunate. This is usually how it happens with me. It's not a lot of, it seems like it's a lot of strategic planning, but it's a lot of luck, to be real honest with you. So I'm a fly on the galloping horse. They selected my song as her title track to release for her CD. So that's kind of the thing that's building right now for me. And I too am involved in education. I was named the Master Producer Artist in Residence at Columbia College in the United States. And Eric and his entire army came and helped supported me on my work with Columbia. So yeah, songwriter, music producer, and very much a friend and advocate of Boomtown and Trigger, and came here to Sweden to help them build this globally. Thanks for having me. And also just to continue in this patron type of funding. I mean, if we can think historically, this is how it used to happen. I mean, it's like, I don't think Beethoven had like Arista backing the career, or, you know, did a deal with Live Nation. They had patrons. They had, some of it was government, other was the church and the people who went to church, and that's how they lived. So this is really, it's kind of started that way, and it's never ever going to go away. It's just, as Eric just brought up, is finding new ways, and also on who's paying, And I think the other thing in today's economy is how much to pay. I know for myself, Eric and I had this conversation yesterday, that there was a time that whether you're a superstar producer, you know, you're Jam Lewis, or you're whoever, or you're up-and-coming producer, there was a lot more paid before. Today, and of course with technology, the rates have really changed in everybody's space in terms of what to be paid. So you got to get a lot of little.
And Shele, have you kind of observed this more kind of grassroots, you know, creative economy that's evolving? How's that kind of changed how music sounds? Have you seen it?
Well, in closing, because I know we're coming close to wrapping up our panel, I think the most exciting thing that I've seen is the empowerment of musicians, of creative people, which we all are in the room, to become business people. You know, there was a long time that there was kind of like this person, I just play, man, I don't want to talk about book a gig or do business, or I'm not a business guy. And then there was somebody else who was like, well, I'm a business guy, so I'm going to like figure out how to do business on your behalf. Well, now, with schools like Boomtown and the kind of initiative that Kai has launched here in the region, Berklee College of Music, Columbia, MI, and just all of the mediums, the Popcoms, the South by Southwest, it's turned the table into getting everybody thinking about that music business management degree, or that kind of how to be my own CEO, how to have my own company, how to do business and find a way to make money in a way that's comfortable to me, and all the different strategies that have been talked about. But that's the most exciting thing for me, is to think that the musician or the singer or the writer, everybody's becoming a business person, and having technology with them, and finding their own lane of success, creating their own lane, which I really believe is the only lane you need to travel in, your own lane.
Fantastic closing words there from Shele. Please give our panel a big round of applause. Thank you very much.
So this is the end of the Trigger conference for this year, I will add. So I really want to thank you all for being here and making these days. And I have heard some people of you had had a really good experience here. I had. So at least I'm very pleased about those days. It's a lot of people I really want to thank. All people around me, all volunteers that have been working here with the shuttles and everything, being in the information, and the staff at Boomtown that haven't been attending Trigger for these 3 years because they are working for us to have everything this to go so smoothly as it can go. I also want to thank you all who have come here, and especially all people in the panels. And I couldn't, even last year imagine what kind of people who will attend Trigger and come here for absolutely free. I'm so impressed, and I'm so happy about it. And I'm so happy about it because that's what we want to aim. And we did it the 3rd year, and we did it last year as well. And thank you so much, Göran. You had opened your personal address book for me.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I also want to, I don't know if he really wants me to do it, but I really want to thank my mentor, because what I try to give you, our students at Boomtown, it's so important to have the right people around you. So please take the opportunity. You know I'm always telling you this over and over and over again. But a really big hug to my mentor, Shele Sondheim, who for 8 years has supported me and putting me in this really pleasure to be in the music industries and the businesses. So thank you all, and see you next year.